Hey, it's your boy Kai, and I'm here to talk to you about that feeling of rejection. Before we get started, if you like what you're hearing today, please be sure to follow me on your favorite social media platforms. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at The Vibe with Kai. You can also visit my website, thevibewithkai.com, where I'm always looking to help people do good, feel good, be good, and live a good life full of good vibes. Now, with that said, I am here to talk to you about dealing with rejection. Nobody likes this feeling, but it's something that we all have to deal with at some point. Sometimes we go through situations where we experience refusals, losses, denials, dismissals, and eliminations, among others. And it gives us this horrible feeling within our gut that we tend to carry around, letting it fester inside of our brains. The reason that we carry these feelings inside of our brains and our hearts is because we have this incredible desire and yearning for certain things in our lives. And when we don't get that, we feel rejection. This is pure human nature. And it's a mindset that came installed into our brains ever since we were children. Now, we could go on and on about how adults in our lives growing up played a factor into this. And we could go on and talk about how people avoid certain individuals and certain circumstances because of negative experiences that they've had in the past. But those are different conversations for a different time. I'm here today with some good news, my friends. Rejection is actually a positive sign. Rejection means progress. Experiencing rejection will help you grow in ways that you may not have grown in any other situation or circumstance. While I cannot sit here and tell you that rejection can or should be avoided, I can tell you that there is a healthy, positive way that you can deal with rejection. With that said, I'm Kai, and here are Kai's 5 ways of positively dealing with rejection. Number one, use downtime to energize your spirit. As we experience rejection, we tend to let it fester within us for a little bit, right? It's during this time period that we begin to feel bad for ourselves and we beat ourselves up. What's important for you to note is that this is probably one of the most critical moments for you. While you're beating yourself up and feeling bad for yourself, this is often when we begin to doubt ourselves and we begin to lose hope. Use this downtime to begin fighting those negative thoughts. Move away from negativity and occupy your time with something more uplifting, something more positive. Work out, go on a road trip, watch a stand up comedy special. There's a lot of good ones on Netflix right now. Read your favorite book. Whatever it may be, it's important for you to use this time to energize your spirit. Number two, talk to someone that you trust. Talking to someone you trust is important, especially if you're starting to feel alone in this situation. And let me tell you, I think this goes without saying, but it's easy to feel loneliness, especially in 2020 and 2021. So we find somebody that cares for us. You need to find someone who cares for you and is equipped with the positive energy that you seek, perhaps even providing constructive criticism that you can use to improve in the future. Number three, rejection means progression. I alluded to this before, but it's incredibly important here. There is nothing wrong with thinking of rejection as a form of failure. However, you'll need to readjust what it means to fail. Failure is not a negative thing. It's a learning tool. It's a learning tool that is often overlooked. As you navigate this road of life, you're going to be hitting these speed bumps every now and then, right? If you start to think of every speed bump as a failure or as a step back, then you'll only find yourself driving yourself towards negativity, not towards your growth, not towards your goal. Use these failures as a way to challenge yourself, to be even more better, to be better than you were before. Number four, regulate your expectations. Now, those of you that know me, you know that I am one of the most positive, optimistic people in the world. Embarrassingly so. I live my life Not just thinking about the glass that is half full, but I live my life thinking that the glass is actually refillable, no matter what level of water is in there. With that said, though I live a life full of positivity, I also manage my expectations in a healthy way. There is nothing wrong with being optimistic or dreaming big. In fact, I believe it's that kind of mindset that brings out the best in people. It's important, however, to make sure that your expectations are realistic. Do not set the bar too high where things are unattainable, resulting in inevitable disappointment. But also, don't set the bar too low where you find that you're not even challenging yourself anymore. Find that happy medium. And number five, don't ever, ever, ever take it personally. This is the hardest of them all. And it's one that I struggle with quite often. When you get that feeling of rejection or failure or disappointment, you can't take it personally, especially if it's something that is out of your control. You can't allow yourself to play this blame game where it results in you blaming yourself, causing your self esteem to come crashing down or grinding to a halt. Never forget, when someone or something rejects you, it's because their objectives do not align with your objectives. This does not make you a bad person necessarily. It just means that you're on a different path. And that's okay. In conclusion, continue to focus on whatever you can do to grow. You can do this by learning and by growing. And then by doing that, you'll improve your chances of avoiding rejection, right? But you'll also improve your ability to handle rejection when it comes knocking at your door. You're a lot stronger than you realize. Never forget that. With that said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you watched today, please be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter and TikTok at The Vibe with Kai. You can also visit my website, thevibewithkai.com, where I'm always posting things that'll help you do good, feel good, be good, and live a good life full of good vibes. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day. God bless, and good vibes.